Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Tales of Graces, and we of course are very far away from home, and we're about to find out if the ones we saw moving here are, well, let us say the same kind of units that Sophie is, or something else. But first, let's look at the request board, see if we can do something. No. Ooh, chocolate pudding. I might be able to do that. I do have chocolate though. Let's see, where is the chocolate? And does chocolate actually mean chocolate pudding? No, we do not have chocolate pudding. Alright. Let's see if it's a follow-up. Where is my chocolate? Let's see. That's fine. We'll check it out later. Same thing with the axe. The axe we can create just by putting them in the mixer and walking around for a bit, so that's no problem. Chocolate pudding? You expect it to be made from chocolate, but we'll figure it out. Now let's get back to the basement and continue on, shall we? I have grinded a little bit in between the episodes, so we are wearing all the mithril, and I think I tempered it like 4 or 5 times. So we are very much attuned to our new equipment at the moment, so that's going really well. And with it, I gained like 2 or 3 levels with everybody. So we're ready what's up ahead.
What's going on with that machine?
Hey, it's a person!
She's not breathing and she has no pulse. But I don't think she's dead.
Maybe she is the same as Sophie? Just another type of unit? Because if she's been up here for eons maybe, then maybe that's it. Is she waking up?
Did you bring these people here, Sai?
Intriguing. Got the symbol on that gem on her chest looks really familiar.
She is alive.
And who might you all be?
My name is Asbel Lhant. My friends and I came here from a different world.
A different world? Do you mean Ephinea? Does that mean the seal has finally been broken?
Ephinea?
No? How odd. Then how, may I ask, did you arrive here?
We flew here in a shuttle created by my ancestors. Although it kind of broke when we landed.
I see. So you must be an Amarcian.
That's me! But how do you know about the Amarcians? Is there some kind of connection between us and Fodra?
There is, yes.
So are you, Fodra?
Yes, I am. My name is Emerald. Forgive me for not making introductions sooner. I never dreamed that I might one day speak to people from Ephinea.
Ephinea must be their name for our homeworld.
I appear to have been asleep for quite some time.
It does seem that way, doesn't it?
Do you know how long exactly?
Around 1,000 years, I believe.
Yeah, that is a pretty well-rested sleep, I can tell you that.
Holy crap!
I had planned to awaken when the chaos on Fodra subsided. I had no idea it might take this long.
I'm sorry to be so forward, but we have an urgent question. Do you know this girl?
That's Protos Haste, is it not? It also appears to be malfunctioning. Did you bring this all the way from Ephinea?
What do you mean malfunctioning?
Could it be that you don't know about Protos Haste? Protos Haste is not a human being. It is an artificial humanoid soldier created by Fodran scientists.
Humanoid?
Constructs that resemble people, but are not.
Not people.
Well, we already expected something like that from a very long time ago.
That would explain why she didn't age during the 7 years she was missing.
Well, I don't care. She's still Sophie. She's still our friend. Sophie is sick, Emerald, and we came here to find a cure. Do you know a way to treat her?
Protos Haste is equipped with a self-healing module, but... yes, that seems to be malfunctioning as well. The damage is quite severe. Could it have been Lambda? This unit can be repaired, but we must take it to the Humanoid Research Center. However, the center had been overrun by monsters even before I went to sleep. I imagine it's much worse now.
Doesn't matter. We can clear out the place, most definitely.
Going there will put your lives in grave danger, and Protos Haste will be unable to defend you. Also, even if you reach the center, there is no guarantee that its equipment will still function. It's quite possible that this unit is simply beyond repair.
We will not throw her away without even trying, so we're definitely gonna have a look.
No.
Knowing all that, are you still willing to risk your lives for Protos Haste?
Yes. Sophie's our friend, and we'd do anything to save her.
Very well. In that case, I will not attempt to dissuade you further. There is a machine in the research center that should be able to repair this unit, although I do not know if it still functions. However, you will be unable to operate the machine without my help, so I will accompany you on your journey.
You are more than welcome, cause I'm curious about who you are, considering the symbol on your chest. Could you be Lambda? I don't know why, but somehow that's the idea I have in the back of my head, but we'll see.
We appreciate the help.
I will also see that your shuttle is repaired in the meantime. Sai, please get the shuttle to the launch bay and see that it is fully repaired. It would not do to have our guests brave the research center, only to be stranded here in the end.
The shuttle's in pretty bad shape, so feel free to whack it around or whatever.
Thank you, Emerald. You've already been a tremendous help.
Yes, well, I suppose we should be off.
I guess we shall. Alright, is she active or just a partner? Yeah, she's just walking around with us, that's fine. Let us put an egg back into the mix. See if we can find this quickly. Never on the first run through it, is it? Ah, there it is. Alright, let's see if we can get her up some eggs while we're trying to repair Sophie. Then on the way back we can use it at the inn as one of our requests. And who knows, maybe we can figure out how to make a pudding along the way. Ooh, magic carta, Kratos, yes. The last recorded activation was 1,000 years ago? The humanoid is silently staring into space. Okay. Alright, 1,000 years ago. Intriguing. No response. Look as if it could spring to life at any moment, but it appears to be gone offline for good. Assumption. We don't know if it's for good. It just looks like it. Far East Military Base. Emmer, Cornell, working together. Citadel still at war. Humanoid in opera, but the nation hopeless. Laboratory southeast. Source of Eleth, Lastalia dies at Fodra. Copies out of control, Eleth lost. People stole, killed each other. Let's see. Oh. Well, thank you. A spellbook that has all your stats except accuracy, but doubles the amount of experience. Ooh. That could be very interesting. Yeah, there are plenty of ways to supercharge our experience in this game. And make us level up super quickly. I won't use that. The only time I might use that if we are at the actual end of the game. Until then, we'll just use standard ways of leveling up. Another alt fiend until chaos subsides. Yeah, most of the units are so old, they're degrading, they're basically falling apart. No, well, we can have a walk around there before we go. See if there are any other units. Yep, there are. The work of a friend. I don't know what that does. Hello. Paying 10,000 for something to do with Asbel. Maybe we'll figure it out at the start of next episode or at the end of this one. Basically that we save and then test out what it actually does. Because 10,000 is a lot. Oh, thank you for the egg. Does need a couple of more. Or shall we test it out now? Maybe it's a reset that brings the character all the way back to level 1?
Emerald, are the humanoids we see strewn about here also Protos Haste units?
They are similar, but fundamentally different. These are Eleth-powered, civilian-use humanoids, just like Psy.
So the ones that can fight are called Protos Hastes?
Strictly speaking, that is not correct. When we reach the laboratory, you'll understand.
Wow, Emerald. You know stuff even Pascal doesn't. It makes me really confident that you can help Sophie.
I assure you that I will.
Well, let's hope, but I'm more of a seeing is believing type of person. Alright. Please form lines. Purchase. Keep orderly as possible. Orderly? Alright. I'm very curious. Let's see what it actually does. Does it give us something or does it do something to our character? Come again. I still have no idea what that did. Okay. Allows one to slightly tweak their body basic Eleth info to gain abilities they need. So, does it mean that it's just for a title? I'm guessing it is, because I think if something would have drastically changed my character, that we would have noticed this, right? Let's see... 474... Oh wait, 30,000... Really? It's each one more expensive? Or is that a limited time only? Very intriguing. So far, other than the monetary lapse, I don't see anything downside of that. So let's just leave it. Let's see what it is. And I think this gives us a few extra skills that we can use. And I'm guessing it's limited to the people we pick for it. Preserve mankind, hopes, bridge gap between, protect precious. Yeah, let's see if we can avoid these enemies here, because I have been fighting them for quite a while. So we know plenty of them by now. So they're going down or forward? Yuma, reach your center, locate north here. Alright, just checked out. Yep, they're already taking it away from us. Well, that's kind of good, because we want them to repair it for us. And we did see that in the request there was one for a drive for the shuttle, so we might find it at the Human Research Center. Oh, having said that, I just realized something. Maybe because we have this person with us, that might trigger the skid at the discovery point. So let's do that, because we don't know if she is going to stay with us. Yeah, the new weapons does increase our abilities really by a pretty big margin. So like that.
Let's keep this up.
Yes, give me all the money. It shouldn't be too big of a walk, and it should be wide enough to avoid. Except this piece here. Nah. Well, maybe when Sophie is recovered, we can do something with it. For now, let's head over to the Human Research Center. And I'm guessing we'll gonna learn more about Sophie and her origins, and what she was actually designed to do. Well, according to the original people that created her.
This is the Humanoid Research Center?
I will warn you again. If you value your lives, please use extreme caution while inside this facility.
I just hope their machines still work so we can help Sophie.
I hope so too.
Come on, let's get inside and see.
So quiet. All I can hear is my heartbeat. But I'm still alive.
Yeah, it looks like something is still
Trust
gathering power.
will only betray. Hope will only disappoint. We must remove all hope and return it to the planet. To the planet's soul, Lambda.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's gathering up all power it can for whatever the final plan is. Alright, new dungeon, new places to discover. Let's see what we can find out in here, shall we?
Enemies.
And potentially what kind of new ailments await us.
Let's I can't believe our baby Hubert got so strong.
Please don't mention my past in front of everyone.
No, let's. I'm very much for it. Okay, what's this? This is a recovery point. War. Okay. I'm going here because if the game says we need to go into the other direction, then this should lead to a dead end for potential chests. And if not, then we'll come into a dead end anyway that we need to open up by going to the right direction. So this is all fine. I assume that the poison is here, which is not too bad.
This is what happens when you misjudge your foe.
Alright, marksman. Perfect. More tempered. It controls the panel for the partition. Do you want to open it? The partition was opened. Don't know what the partition is, but I'm guessing it's something we want. You wanna check out the beginning, see if that is what the petition is? No. Oh, I'm guessing this is what we opened, and we would have known if we walk forward. Alright. There's a charged battery here. Take it with you? Yes. Okay, so we need to play around with the batteries as well. Intriguing. So let's see where we can use these batteries from. And remember that we have one in storage that we can pick up. Even if we can only carry one with us.
Plenty of room for improvement, but we can let it slide.
Even more batteries. How many are we actually going to need? Do you want to swap it with a charged battery? Yes. Alright, and then I guess go back and pick up another loaded one. Yes, you can clearly see that it's spent. I wonder if we leave it in there for long enough or if it will be charged again.
Remember your training.
Sorry, I was distracted by the star when we came in. What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be like the drive for the in request?
Are you alright, Sharia? Can you stand?
If only Asbel could be this kind.
This unit still looks like it's still functional. Oh, let me see. Yep, still ticking. You know a lot about these things, little bro. Well, I studied them extensively in military school, among other subjects. I had to be the top of my class. Oh, is that because you had to represent for the glasses-wearing crowd? Are you seriously making jokes about my eyewear? No, it's because I considered being anything other than number one was utterly meaningless. Although, yeah, when I think about it now, it is almost funny. What is? Well, at first I worked hard to please my adoptive father, later it was to get back at Lhant. Because they sent you off to be adopted? Exactly. I struggled to accept the truth of my adoption at first. But once I did, I was furious at Lhant and my father. They were all I could think about. It's like they say, mother is the necessity of invention. Yes. However, I'm not quite sure that applies here. Though I admit to being quite shocked when I came back to Lhant. How come? Once I came into power, I saw just how difficult my father's job was. Lhant's political position has always been quite precarious, after all. So, why didn't you quit? Honestly, I don't know. I guess I wanted to prove to the world that I could do the job. So, you could have revenge and stuff? I don't think that was it. And I don't think it was because Lhant was my hometown or that it was an important strategic point for Strata. I think it was only just to test my own heart. Maybe it's something even more basic than that. Like what? I can't tell you. That would ruin totally the fun of it. Why's that? You'll understand in time. Don't worry about it. If you say so. And there's a drive unit. Perfect. Lover of land. Oh, I'm sure he does still feel for land, definitely. Good. Nothing hitting in the corners. Oh, no, that's where you want me to? Then I'm going in a different direction. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be easy avoiding enemies in here, so we might fight a few, because we're going through them quite quickly. I think the few levels and the upgraded armor works wonders at the moment. At least until we are outclassed once again. Well, they've proven quite often already that they are more than willing to stand in my way. Quite easily, actually. Come on, they're all together. Give me an area attack.
Well, that was passable.
Okay, no discoveries. A book of exchanging, a spellbook that halves the amount of gold you earn but restores a proportional amount of Aleph. Yeah, by the end of this game we'll have a book for any type of contingency, isn't it? That we can do whatever we want. It's just that we don't have the slots to put all the items in. And it's been a while since we got a new one, so I'm kind of expecting to get one relatively soon, in all honesty.
Sometimes I can't help but regret the past.
Asbel,
Why didn't I push harder for a raise in my allowance?
what?
Ooh, another teleporter. Another petition that we need to go through. I'm all for that. And Annabelle scene. Good. I feel like someone's watching me.
Game on!
Prepare yourself! Dance like the damned! Instant balls!
We won't fail!
Yeah. The mystic arts are really nice, but for this part we're really well prepared. Alright. Ooh, broken battery. Yeah, I know we don't want to do this, but I have to go back. I have to get a new charge. God, they don't present us with 4 different charges. If we don't have to use at least 3 of them. Would that mean that there are going to be enemies back again before we are all the way back where we were? Maybe. But at some point I can imagine that... Really? 2 places? Sorry, I have to check this, because... Was there 2 places before as well? Or you have to just go to the same location? No. Huh. I'm confused. Then is the first floor a new one? Intriguing. Or is it just because... Oh, wait, yeah. Huh. Then I'm gonna have one more check and then we're gonna move on forward. God, I did say we went through a petition, right? Oh wait, yeah, I think I already realized we... Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Let's just move on. Yeah. When everything looks the same, you can get turned around quite easily. But we still have so many places I want to check out here. Let's make sure we can get to the end. Okay, so now I know what happened. Okay, so we went through the entire maze, we went to the elevator where we used the second battery, and that was actually the same elevator as we used before. But because of the floor was not energized by the battery we had, we couldn't get there before, and that's why we had the multiple levels at this time. Ah, so everything becomes full circle. Okay, now I see what it is. Good, it's starting to confuse me a little bit. At least now I figured it out. Well, let's go against the grain, see what we can find here.
Very well.
Next to enemies, of course. Who knows, maybe we'll find some uses for the remaining 2 batteries.
Plenty of room for improvement, but we can let it slide.
For now. Yeah, when it's just a small room with an enemy in there, yeah, I can mess around trying to avoid it, but might as well get rid of them.
Better, but you've still got a ways to go.
There, you see, Hubert? He's talking to you.
That was directed at the both of you.
An old divide. Very powerful, but never used it in any of the games that has those. Alright, you guys are ready?
This looks just like that machine from the ruins beneath Wallbridge.
This device preserves visual recordings of research targets.
Lambda. Oh, hey, there's that word again.
What does it mean, anyway?
Lambda. In our world, Lambda has come to mean nightmare.
Why is that?
Lambda is a life form we discovered by accident while researching the Lustalia. When the Institute's director, Professor Cornell, began to study it, it quickly became a nightmare for us all. The worst aspect of Lambda, and there are many, is an ability to hatch monsters from its body. These monsters threw Fodra into chaos, and eventually led to its destruction.
That cocoon!
It looks just like the one that appeared at World's Eye.
After wreaking havoc here, Lambda fled to your world of Ephinea.
So, is it planning to do the same thing there as it did here? Create a barren wasteland?
We knew Lambda had to be stopped, so we created a humanoid capable of fighting it and initiated pursuit. That humanoid is Protos Haste, the one you call Sophie. Unfortunately, Protos Haste was unable to destroy Lambda. After much discussion, we surviving Fodrans chose to seal off Ephinea in the hopes of containing Lambda there. But now, after so many years, the Ephenians have come to us.
So you built Sophie and then sent her to our world so she could defeat Lambda. Does that mean Lambda is the one who created the cocoon?
But wait, that doesn't make sense. I mean, Richard made the cocoon, right? Maybe Lambda knows how to disguise itself or something. Maybe it just looks like Richard.
I refuse to believe that Richard and Lambda are the same. I know Richard. He's not a monster. He can't be.
Sophie's getting worse.
We must hurry.
I agree. Come on.
Is there anything? Yeah. Another exit. Good. Old toy blocks.
Toy blocks? What are those doing here?
Interesting. Cornell used those as part of his research.
Cornell? Was he related to this facility?
Correct. Cornell was a foremost researcher of humanoid development, a key mind in the field of biotechnology.
Is this Cornell person still alive?
I'm afraid not. From my understanding, Cornell died before the Great War began in Fodra. However, his research lived on, and was the foundation for many spectacular breakthroughs. It truly is a shame that such an accomplished individual such as he would lead such a short-lived life.
Asbel, Sharia, we should move on.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I don't trust her. Not even the slightest.
What's happening?
Protos Haste's particles are breaking down.
Excuse me?
Protos Haste is composed of individual particles that act in concert with each other. These particles, tinier than a grain of sand, come together to form a human shape. And while they act as one, the particles also possess the ability to separate from each other, which is what you see happening right now.
Asbel. Sharia. What's happening?
Hey, what's going on, you guys?
It's the result of a process called distributive preservation. Your friends must be completely synchronized with Protos Haste's particles.
I don't understand.
When Protos Haste suffers heavy damage, it usually splits into individual particles, shuts down all functionality, and begins the process of reconstruction. This is known as particle preservation. Distributive preservation, on the other hand, allows Protos Haste to implant its particles into one or more separate vessels. Have you ever seen Protos Haste split into particles like this? Anyone?
7 years ago.
That must be what happened 7 years ago.
But the unit shouldn't actually engage that procedure. The reason being, distributed preservation makes it much more difficult for the particles to reform. Failure could render reformation impossible, so why would Protos Haste have risked entering that state?
Would her particles have any kind of effect on the vessels that they went into?
Yes. In fact, while the particles prepare for reconstruction, they would repair any damaged areas of the vessel as well.
So Sophie split herself into 3 parts and then used those parts to save Asbel, Sharia, and little bro.
But then that means Sophie didn't die after all. She was just recuperating within us.
It's amazing. She's been with us this whole time.
I see. Then this would explain why we possess some of the same powers she has.
Incredible.
So, what would happen if she underwent distributive preservation again in her current condition?
Distributive preservation does not allow for reconstruction of the self. She would lose all elements of her current identity.
Sophie, you risked your life for us.
Impossible. Protos Haste was never designed for this kind of self-sacrifice. I fear further particle breakdown could be disastrous. We must hurry.
Well, on that we agree. So does it mean that maybe Sophie grew, went beyond her initial programming? And maybe that will allow her to defeat Lambda once and for all. At some point, of course. So I'm guessing we're only halfway through this thing?
Okay.
Then maybe we should head back and hit the save point.
Let's keep moving.
Right. Yeah, the titles keep on flowing. Golden bow. Or bow. That's where we need to. Good. Then we'll just have to go back and redistribute the lost battery. Let's see if this leads to something. You know, we both kind of got stuck there. And then feather. Interesting. You think there will be a discovery point, right? last thing that I want to do is go back to the elevator, pick up the battery, and be ready for the next episode. Now we need the other direction. That's the one. Yeah, it's really hard to keep track for me. Too many options. Alright. Perfect. Wait. B2, a third option, so the elevator on the other side was also this one. Are all elevators connected somehow? Yeah, I'm just going back to the save point. And we'll figure out where to go on the next one. So for now, I'm gonna leave it here. So I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time. Because we got more of this place to explore. And we got Sophie to heal. And I'm feeling on the next one, we'll figure out if we can. So until then, bye bye.